You're able to see, right?
Yes, sir.
257th session. Vinayaka namastubhyam satatam modaka priya nirvighnam kuru no deva sarvakaryeshu sarvada saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyamaha siddhir bhavatu no sada gurur brahma gurur vishnu gurur devo maheshwarah gurus sakshat parabrahma tasmai shri gurave namaha श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि श्रीरघुराम चारुतुलसीदलधाम शमक्षमादिशृङ्गारगुणाभिराम त्रिजगन्नतशौर्यरमाललाम दुर्वारुकबन्धराक्षसविराम जगज्जनकल्मषार्णवोत्तारकनाम भद्रगिरिदाशरथिकरुणापयोनिधि आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनूमत्स्मरणात् भवेत् कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् अद्यतनपञ्चाङ्गं मे 2 पराभवनाम संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे वसन्तर्तौ वैशाखमासे कृष्णपक्षे प्रतिपत्तिथि till 3:19 p.m. Followed by Dvitiya. In fact, in a way, it is coinciding. May 2nd and Dvitiya Tithi. स्थिरवासरः विशाखा नक्षत्रं till 9:40 p.m. followed by अनुराधा व्यतिपातः 12:15 पर्यन्तं followed by वरीयान् योगः कौलवकरणम् again coinciding with the ending of the tithi till 3:19 p.m. followed by Taitalakaranam till 4:24 a.m. followed by Garakaranam. I was looking at yesterday was Paurnami Purnima. Day before yesterday's night was Purnima. So at that time it was Swati, in the Swati Nakshatram, Purnima was there. So I thought then normally the way Chandramanam month name will be is based on in which Nakshatram is Purnima Tithi coming in. So if Purnima this month, ideally Purnima should have come on the Vishakha Nakshatram. Tonight it should have come. Tonight or last night. Then it would have been Vaishakha Masa because Vishakha Nakshatre Purnima Vaishakha Masa. Chitra Nakshatre Purnima Chaitra Masam. And similarly Jyeshtha Nakshatre Purnima Jyeshtha Masa. But if I saw this time it is incorrect because it is not on Vishakha Nakshatram. The reason is there is an Adhika Masa, if you see. That is why there is an Adhika Masa added. Next month, next Purnima is coming on Vishakha Nakshatram. And so then it is Vaishakha Masam. That will be Adhika Vaishakha Masa or Nija Vaishakha Masa based on how we call it. One is so-called Vaishakha Masa this month. That much for the Panchangam. Sarvebhyah Suprabhatam. So we completed 117th Sarga, right? Where Anasuyaji was very gladly has received Sita and has talked about various pativratas and said, let me give you some gifts and all. Isn't it? That's where it stopped, right? 17th Sarga. अस्तु, one of you on mute. अथ अष्टादशोत्तरशततमः सर्गः।
अथ
अथ अष्टादशोत्तरतमः सर्गः शततमः सर्गः
सीतानुसूया संवादः।
सीतानुसूया संवादः
सात्वेव मुक्ता वैदेही
सात्वेव मुक्ता वैदेही
अनसूयानसूयया
अनुसूया अनसूयया
प्रतिपूज्य वचो मन्दं
प्रतिपूज्य वचो मन्दं
प्रवक्तुमुपचक्रमे।
प्रवक्तु उपचक्रमे।
Ah, so there is nice kavi here,
Uh-huh.
kavi thing, which is Sa Anasuya Vaidehi Eva Mukta, Anasuyaya Eva Mukta, Mandam Vachaha Pratipujya, Mandam Vachaha Pravaktum Upachakrame. So Anasuya name, he has used one as
Without
adjective for Sita, the other name of by having told like this by Anasuya. Anasuyaya is Tritiya Vibhakti. Anasuyaya eva mukta, thus told like this by Anasuya. Anasuya Vaidehi sa Pratipujya
without any this
Asuya.
asuya, yeah.
So Sita also is given the adjective of Anasuya
Adjective asuya.
by Valmiki. And that elderly lady is Anasuya, by her Anasuya. Yeah. Vikram, show up, no problem. Good to see you. So Anasuyaya
Okay.
eva mukta sa Vaidehi Pratipujya, by giving back her regards and respect and worship also, honors back to Anasuya. Mandam vachaha, very soft, slowly, softly, she responded back. Pravaktum upachakrame, she started to respond. Here, upachakrame, pravaktum, that means Sita is going to talk a little longer now. Not just one, yeah, thank you, not a one word answer, but a nice detailed response she is going to give. Naitadascharyamarya.
नैतमाश्चर्यम्
Naitadascharya
नैतदाश्चर्यम्
आर्याया
आर्यायां
यन्मां
यन्मां
त्वम् अभिभाषसे
त्वम् अभिभाषते
विदितं तु ममाप्येतत्
विदितं तु ममाप्येतत्
यथा नार्याः पतिर्गुरुः.
यथा नार्या पतिर्गुरुः.
So when I see Sita, she's exactly like modern Kishori girls or young ladies today. Very confident, very bold. If our generation ladies or even myself, if I meet an elderly person and I know they're great, for example, our Dorbala Prabhakar Sharma ji or our great people, adhikaris that we see, when I hear them, I say, yeah, correct. And I stop there. Or I see most of us, our generation, we don't talk much even if we know, because we respect that they know. But Sita is a modern girl. She says, yeah. And then she starts to talk very, very well. So she says, Naitad Ascharyam. This is no surprise to hear all this from you. Aryayaha. There are two bhashas, pathas. There is another patha where it says Aryayam, Sati Saptami, but that's okay. Either ways we can take. Aryayaha means of a noble lady. To hear this from of a noble lady or from a noble lady, nothing special. No, this is not a big deal, because I know that is how you should be talking. That is how you should be telling me. That's what she's saying. Yat mam tvam abhibhashase, that you are talking to me this way, nothing, it doesn't surprise me. This is what I've expected from you, from a noble lady like you. Viditantu mamapi etat. Even I know this pativrata dharma that you have told me. Yatha Naryaha patihi guruhu, of Nari or for Naris, for women, their guru is their husband. So that I too know it, I too have heard it, I too have learned it. Yadyapyesha bhavet bharta,
यत् यभ्यश्च भवेद् भर्ता
मम आर्ये वृत्तवर्जितः
मम आर्ये वृत्तवर्जितः
अद्वैधम् उपचर्तव्यः
अद्वैधम्
उपचर्तव्यः
आचर्तव्य
तथाप्येष मया भवेत्.
तथाप्येष मया भवेत्.
So she is saying, यद्यपि एषः मम भर्ता आर्ये वृत्तवर्जितः भवेत्. वृत्तवर्जित, वृत्tam means behavior. Varjitah, he has given up his expected behavior. He happens to be a dirty fellow, useless fellow, bad fellow. Yadyapi, yadi api, even if he were to be, what do you say, unexpectedly behaving or not violating, non-complying, processes guy, he's a bad guy. Tathapi, एषः मया अद्वैधम् उपचर्तव्यः भवेत्. Advaidham means without a second thought, without any, what do you say? Advaidham is without a second. Sevyah. So he has to be served.
Dvidha.
Huh? There is no dvidha.
Dvidha,
No second thought.
advidha, yeah.
Advaidham.
Unequivocal.
Unequivocal, or there is no second opinion about it. Yes, even if he's a bad guy, he will be served upachartavyaha, upacharitavyaha. Charitam means follow, upa, along with him nearby. So even if he's a bad guy, I know that I have to go with him, no matter what, along with him. Now, kim punaryo gunashlaghyaha.
किं पुनर्यो गुणश्लाघ्यः
सानुक्रोशो जितेन्द्रियः
सानुक्रोशो जितेन्द्रियः
स्थिरानुरागो धर्मात्मा
स्थिरानुरागो धर्मात्मा
मातृवत् पितृवत् प्रियः
मातृवत् पितृवत् प्रियः.
Abba. So she is saying, even if he was a bad guy, I have learned from my home and from my mother-in-law that and she'll tell about mother-in-law later in the next few shlokas, that even if it's a bad guy, I have to go. Now, hey, kim punah, which means, hey, what about what? Even if he was a bad guy, I was supposed to go like that. Now what? Rama is a gunashlaghya, to be praiseworthy of his character. Gunashlaghya. Sanukroshaha, very daya sahitaha. Very, what do you say, very pleasing guy. Jitendriyaha, he has conquered over his, his senses, meaning he is mindful, essentially. He is mindful. He doesn't lose his temper and all. He is very mindful when he talks to me, when he talks to anybody, and he explains how he behaves with anybody else in a beautiful shloka. And sthira anuragaha, his love is firm or always the same. It doesn't change based on mood. If he is angry, then no love, like me. And then when he is in good mood, then he talks well. It's not like that. He's sthira anuragaha, dharmatma. He knows dharma so well, and he is the embodiment of dharma. Dharmatma, matruvat, pitruvat, priyaha. He's so loving to me, like a father, like a mother. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Bhogaji.
Yes, Bhogaji.
I am seeing my video stopping once in a while, so wondering.
It
So,
comes to you, but we can hear you.
very good. Matruvat Pitruvat Priyaha, very, very, very important. And I found it very coincidental. Before even I read this shloka, I had commented this on my daughter's sister-in-law's sister-in-law. That means my son-in-law's brother-in-law's sister. She got married when she started her first year medical school. She's doing it in Omaha, Nebraska, to an architect. So he doesn't know anything about medical and all, but he's a very jovial young fellow from Mumbai. They know them very well, very cultured fellow. And he does a lot of, videos on Instagram. Very intentionally he does it. Now he has a very big following, and so he gets paid also well. So he exactly used to be a mother and father to her and a friend. He would cook every day. He would cook food for her, pack the lunch for her, let her send her to the school, drop her at the medical school, come back, pick her up whenever possible. Even if he misses his holidays because she has her lab work and all, so cooperative. And this is what I wrote on her match day when she finally completed, graduated her medical school and got matched in Swedish hospital for residency in Seattle. And they have pasted that reel of all their families coming together and very happy moments. This is exactly what I wrote. Congratulations, Janani. You are so proud of Arvind to be your friend, mother, and a father. And this is exactly what Sita is also telling about Rama. Matruvat Pitruvat Priyaha. Rama takes care of Sita like a father, like a mother, and of course, a good friend and a husband. That's the love he offers. And so she's saying, hey, why will I not go behind him? I was ready to go even behind a dirty, useless fellow if I was married to him. What of Rama? Such a loving personality. That's her love, or that's her enthu or excitement about Rama. Yam vrittim vartate Ramaha
यां वृत्तिं वर्तते रामः
Kausalyayam Mahabalaha
कौशल्यायां महाबलः
Tameva Nrupanarinaam
तामेव नृपनारिणाम्
Anyasamapi Vartate.
अन्यसामपि वर्तते.
And she is telling about him, how great he is. Yam vrittim Ramaha Kausalya Mahabalaha Ramaha Kausalyayam Vartate. Whatever way he behaves, whatever way this mighty armed Rama behaves with his mother Kausalya, Tameva nrupana anyasam nrupanarinaam api vartate. He behaves the same way, showing that same love as a son to a mother to all other women of the king, which means of Dashratha, or to all other women of Dashratha, including Sumitra, Kaikeyi, and several 300 plus other women that Dashratha has. He behaves the same way with all of them. How great he is. And she further continues to say, Sakridrishta swapi strishu
सकृद्दृष्टा स्वापि स्त्रीषु
nrupena nrupavatsalah
नृपेण नृपवत्सलः
matruvad veeraha
मातृवद्वर्तते वीरः
manam utsrajya dharmavit.
मानम् उत्सर्ज धर्मवित्.
So she is continuing to say, first thing she says is, he's so loving to me like a mother and a father. Then she says, he not only loves his mother as the best son ever possible on the world, but he loves the same way all other women of his father. Not only that, Sakrid Drushtasu api strishu nrupena. If any woman was, if any woman caught the attention or eye of his father even once, Sakrid, one Sakrid means once, even once, Nrupena Drushtasu Strishu Api. Even if his father had to see some woman like this, and let us say for whatever moment he felt, wow, what a beautiful lady. If he just felt that, that's it. Then what does he do? Nrupavatsalaha Veeraha Manam Utsrujya Matruvat Vartate. If he realizes that my father liked that woman or happened to see that woman, that's it. He will immediately behave with her as a mother. Manam utsrujya, giving away all his respect. So even if she was a young lady, probably equivalent of Rama's age, maybe beauty, handsome, everything in like matching Rama, even then manam utsrujya, without any what is this? And similar one that we see is Bhishma in the later ages. Bhishma's father falls in love with a lady who is of Bhishma's age, but he immediately said, no worries. If you liked her father, she is yours, she is like my mother. For life, I will remain like this. Uh, those are our role models of the country. Those are the role models that our scriptures portray. Such great people. So, Dharmavit Viraha Manam Utsrujya Nripena Sakridapi Drushtasu Strishu Matruvat Vartate Nrupavatsalaha. That's the beauty of this Nrupavatsalaha, the affectionate son of the king Dasharatha. This Rama, even if he finds any woman to have caught attention of his father, he will immediately start behaving with her like a mother. Agachantyascha vijanam.
Again, no
आगच्छन्त्यस्य
question.
वचनम्
Agachantyascha vijanam.
आगच्छन्त्याश्च विजनम्
Vanamevam bhayavaham.
वनमेवं भयावहम्
Samahitam me shvashva.
समाहितं मे शश्वा
Cha hridaye tadvrutam mahat.
च हृदये त्रिदन् महत्.
So, agachantyascha, when I was leaving, vijanam, bhayavaham, vanam, when I was leaving for this uninhabited, fearful or terrifying forest, agachantyaha, when I was leaving, when I was about to leave, me swashruva, swashru is mother-in-law, swashruva is by my mother-in-law. Etad dhritam mahat hridaye samahitam. She has samahitam means upadesham kritam. My mother-in-law also gave me the same upadesham. That Rama is such a great guy. Don't you ever fall behind your services of taking care of him. Just love him. He will love you so well. Take care of him. This is the kind of a message even my mother-in-law gave me. So I've learned from my mother-in-law also, is what she's saying. पाणिप्रदानकाले च
पाणिप्रदानकाले च
यत् पुरात्वग्निसन्निधौ
यत्पुरा त्वग्निसन्निधौ
अनुशिष्टा जनन्यास्मि
अनुशिष्टा जनन्यास्मि
वाक्यं तदपि मे धृतम्.
वाक्यं तदपि मे धृतम्.
If you are following Sita's speech here or Sita's response, this is exactly how I see our modern Kishores, and they very boldly say, yeah, I know it. Yeah, my father told me, my friend told me, I learned this in that school, I read this in this book. They will they will very confidently, boldly respond back. And I'm loving it because Sita, that's how she is responding, saying, hey, yeah, I know it. My mother-in-law also taught me. And now she's saying, Pani Pradana Kale. Pani Pradhanam means Pani Grahana Kale. When my hand was given to Rama, Pradhanam, when my hand was given over to Rama, Pani Pradhana Kale Cha, also in that time and in that time of offering me to Rama, Yat Pura to Agni Sannidhau, in the presence of Agni Devata, Jananya Anusishta Asmi. I was also instructed or taught by my mother also. Vakyam Tadapi Me Dhritam. I remember that also very firmly determined in my mind, as taught by my mother also, that hey, never leave your father. In fact, my father also said, Chaya eva anuvartate Sahadharmacharini tava Yam Sita Mamasuta Sahadharmachari tava chayaya iva anudrishta. He says, right? So she will behave like your, go with Rama like his shadow always. Never leave him, is what my mother also told me. So yes, I will naturally follow. And nothing new, nothing surprising or new that you have taught me this. I've learned this from my mother-in-law, from my mother, and from my own self of following and observing Rama. Navikrutam tu tat sarvam
नवीकृत
नवीकृतं तु तत्सर्वं
वाक्यैस्ते धर्मचारिणी
वाक्यैस्ते धर्मचारिणि
पतिशुश्रूषणान् नार्याः
पतिशुश्रूषणान् नार्याः
तपो नान्यत् विधीयते.
तपो नान्यद् वितीयते.
So finally she is, politely concluding saying, Navikrutam, you have renewed, you have renewed my faith and my subscription to these beliefs that te dharmacharini te vakyaihi, by your instructions you have renewed my faith, O dharmacharini, O follower of dharma, woman, great lady, that pati sushrusha naryaha, for women or of women, pati sushrushanat, other beside or away from the services of to the husband, na anyat vidhiyate, there is nothing else that is set up, or that is yeah, that is set up. Set up is the one word there, but vidhiyate, nothing else is set aside for a woman than to serve her man. Again, last week we had a discussion. If required, we will also have another discussion about, hey, why this? What does it mean? By a couple of women that we have today. Let's all discuss if required. But let's see, this is how they have set the principles. And I was also again thinking, as I was reading this line again, I was thinking, any modern woman, if she reads, what is this, man? Why are you imposing such? If I don't like him, I don't like him. How can I live with him? Very natural, obvious point. So immediate answer that I was getting is, dharma is not about individuals' interests. Dharma is about keeping the system intact. Dharanat dharmam. So that means to hold everything together, to hold the society, to hold the nation, to hold the universe together, whatever principles have to be followed, not by the interest of the individual, but by the interest of the system, we have to violate or we have to surrender our personal interests, individual interests. The system interests take higher precedence than the individual's interests. That is the simple reasoning behind any of this. It is not about, marriage is not about I like him so I marry. No, marriage is about keeping praja vardhanartham. So praja's sake, to give rise to next best citizens, to bring up next best citizens to the world, is marriage system. That's all, nothing more. So as part of that, don't break. Even if he's bad, that's okay, continue, because we have to continue the family, we have to keep the family system intact. And that is what we are offering to the world as the most precious value, if anything Hindus can offer, is this family system. And so these great values come from our Ramayana times, uninterrupted, akhanda ritya. So, navikrutam tu tat sarvam vakyaihi te dharmacharini pati sushrushanat naryaha anyat tapaha na vidhiyate. There is no other tapas for a woman. Tapas itself means what? Tapas is to go through a tougher practice. Right? Even even if we go by the visuals that we know, when somebody goes for tapas, what do we see? They take a tougher practice. Oh, if I'm if eating is if I'm a foodie guy, I stop eating food. If I'm a very air conditioned living controlled guy, then I will go and stand in hot sun and stay there as long as I can, even if it is pricking, burning and all, no sunscreens, right? And similarly, I go and stand in the Himalayas in the winter also. So the whole tapas means putting ourselves into difficult terrains, untreadable paths, so that we can succeed, or we can elevate ourselves to face even tougher challenge. That's all is tapas practice for. Visuals shown to us are as if they are standing like that, and the whole sand hill goes on them, goes on top of them, snakes or trees and all. But those are some visuals shown to us only to say that they have ignored. You see, even if a mosquito comes, what we beat, because we are conscious about that small sense that happened on the twak, on the skin. So it is to show that these guys have gone beyond the senses, physical senses, focused totally on that, taking up the tough terrain, tough path. And so, hey, what is wrong for a woman to taking up this tapas of bearing with even a useless fellow? I mean, fortunately, most of us will have good spouses. But even if the spouse was bad, let's bear it, man, or bear it, woman. Let's bear it, man. Yeah, even if a man gets a tougher woman, that's okay. Let's bear. That's okay. That's what we are meant for. Similarly, if a woman gets a bad guy, that's okay. Let's bear him. There is na anyat tapaha vidyate. There is no other tapas than to bear with the tough, challenging, rough fellow. Is what Sita is also confirming towards her end of her speech. And so then she is quoting some more examples. Savitri Patisusrusham
Savitri Pati Shushrushaam
Kritva Swarge Mahiyate
Kritva Swarge Mahiyate
Tatha Vrittischa Yata Tvam
Tatha Vrittischa Yata Tvam
Patisusrushaya Divam.
Pratisrushya Divam.
So she is saying, Savitri, that great Sati Savitri we say, right? Savitri, Pati Sushrusham Kritva, by serving her husband, Swarge Mahiyate. Mahiyate is Pujyate, or honored. She is revered, respected with honors in Swargaloka today. Tatha Vrittischa, you also are doing similar great service, Arundhati ji, to, not Arundhati, sorry, Anasuya ji, to your husband Atri Maharshi. Tatha vrittischa yata tvam patisusrushaya divam yata. By your services also, because when Atri introduced Anasuya in the previous sarga to Rama, he was narrating, right, how she has taken up the service of um, vegetation, cultivation, even in the drought times for 10 years, by doing tapas for 10,000 years, to gain all those skills and all those powers to be able to run vegetation and cultivation, grow plants and food, and serve the whole ashram there, the whole university, the whole residence there, of all the residents also. So such lady, I too came to know of your great services that you have done for your husband. Through these services, just like Savitri, you are also going to get such position in Divaloka, in the divine worlds. Varishtha Sarvanarinam
वरिष्ठः सर्वनारीणाम्
Esha cha Divi Devata
एषा च दिवि देवता
Rohini na vina Chandram
रोहिणी न विना चन्द्रम्
Muhurtamapi Drishyate.
मुहूर्तमपि दृश्यते.
So she is saying, so, and another example she is quoting is Varishtha Sarvanarinam Esha Devata Rohini Varishtha. Of all the women, this lady called Rohini, divine lady called Rohini, is Varishtha, excellent, best of all of the women. Why? Because Vina Chandram Muhurtamapi na drishyate. Without Chandra, she doesn't appear without Chandra even for a moment. Muhurtamapi na drishyate. In fact, this I want to understand. Does anyone know our astrology here? They are saying Muhurtamapi, Rohini is always with the moon. They say, but I mean, Rohini is one of the nakshatrams and it comes once in a month. So I want you to understand how is this quoted here? What does it mean? Vikram or anybody know here?
Bhagaji, no, Bhagaji. Frankly, no. I thought it was more a figure of speech here, more like may not be astrological,
May not
but
be astrological. Okay.
yeah, because it doesn't make sense astrologically. Because no, then the concept of nakshatra system to transition from one nakshatra to another will not exist.
Correct.
We
Correct.
say now Chandra spends one day with every one of her wives, every one of his wives.
Yeah.
So Rohini spends the longest, is what we say.
Yeah. So it's more figurative.
Yeah, it's more. I think so. That's what we can find out something if there is research, but
Correct.
most likely it is more like very romantic thought about that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. So that's what I mean. It is known that Rohini, especially, is figuratively known that she never leaves her presence without. She never leaves her presence with Chandra. That she is always available, and so she is one of the great, excellent ladies of the world. Vina Chandram Rohini Sa Rohini Devata Varishta Muhurtamapi न दृश्यते एवं विधाश्च प्रवराः
एवं
एवं
विधाश्च प्रवरः
स्त्रियो भर्तृ दृढव्रताः
प्रियो भर्तु प्रलापः
स्त्रियो भर्तृ
स्त्रियो भर्तृ
दृढव्रताः
दृढव्रताः
देवलोके महीयन्ते
देवलोके महीयन्ते
पुण्येन स्वेन कर्मणा.
पुण्येन स्वेन कर्मणा.
So evam vidhaha, these kind of pravaraha, varaha itself is best, pravaraha, best of the best, pravaraha striyaha. By the way, I study, my college is called College of Engineering, Pravaranagar. So pravara, pravaraha, striyaha, the best of the best. There are these kind of best of the best women, those who are bhartru dridhavrataha, those who have taken up the firm, determined resolve and oath to stay by their husbands no matter what. Such great women, Devaloke Mahiyante. There is a line of such women in the divine world. There is a gang of big group of several such women in the divine world who are known to have taken up this tough resolution, tough path of what do you say? Tough path of be staying with their husbands, essentially. No matter what, staying with their husbands, living with their husbands. Such great people who have proved in their life have continued to stay in the divine world, respected, revered, honored, Punyena Svena Karmana, by their divine, by these great respectable deeds that they have, sacrifices that they have done for their own interest, against their interests, for the sake of the system of family. Such women are praised and worshipped in the Swargaloka even now. Tato Nasuya Samhrishta
ततो नुसोया सम्पृष्टा
श्रुत्वोक्तं सीतया वचः
श्रुतोक्तं श्रीतया वचः
शिरस्याघ्राय चोवाच
शिरसाग्राय चोवाच
मैथिलीं हर्षयन्त्युत.
मैथिलीं हर्षयन्त्युत.
So tatah, by listening to all of this, then Anasuya samhrishta, very delighted. Wow, Sita, you're such a young girl. You already know so much and such a conviction you have. Amazing, Sita. So, like that, delighted. Samhrishta. Sitaya uktam vachaha shrutva. By listening to this, said these sentences of Sita. Shirasi agraya. She held her face, and on her shirasi, on her crown, she smelled her. That's how, as I said, right, that is one of our gestures of affection on the beloved young people. If once we like somebody, we smell their crown here, because that's where Sahasrara Chakra also, right? So there we give by touching and kissing and feeling and smelling here by elders, we give our blessings and our energy to the young children. So Shirasi Agraya, Agranam means smelling, like that. Aha, what a great lady, Sita, you are, like that. So Uvacha, Maithilim Harshayanti Uta Uvacha. Now with all her delight, Harshayanti, very happily, heartened, very heartily, she responded back. She replied back to Sita. Niyamair vividhair aptam
नियम
नियमैर्विधैराप्तं
tapo hi mahadasti me
तपो हि महदस्ति मे
tat samshritya balam site
तं तं
tat samshritya
तत्संश्रित्यं
tat samshritya
तत्संश्रित्य
balam site
बलं सीते
chandaye tvam shuchivrate.
छन्दयेन त्वां शुचिव्रते.
So she is saying after doing Aghranam of her Shirasi, of her Shiras, then Anasuya is telling this to Sita. Vividhaihi niyamaihi me mahat tapaha hi asti hi, by various tough practices that I have taken up, I have gained, strength of mental strength, psychological strength, to be able to withstand any tough situations. So mahat tapaha me astihi, by vividhaihi niyamaihi, by following various restrictions, by following various constraints of, let us say, not the Mauna Vratam on every, let's say, Monday, fasting on Sunday, only once eating on Saturday, only fruits on Friday, like this, by various practices. If you see, I mean, these were not put for any other reason. Today morning only, I was discussing with Ushaji also, that Santoshi, our Pracharak, is coming this Sunday to my home. So, and they sent his dietary restrictions. And finally we thought, hey, what is this so-called intermittent fasting and all? That was our natural eating habit. That was our natural diet. If I remember my grandfather's, my grandfather who is even now there, till recently that he started drinking coffee in the morning along with us, coffee or tea. Otherwise, he's doing intermittent fasting. He only eats 2 meals, one probably around 11 or 12, one around 6 p.m. in the evening. That's all, nothing else. No other snacking, no other sweets, no other desserts, nothing. Only twice. That is what is intermittent fasting is. And so, hey, what is new about all of this? So, we were given so many dietary practices. We were given so many punctual routines for us to train ourselves, our body and mind, for tougher situations. One who has gone through these challenges, gone through these tougher practices, don't see a challenge as a challenge. I think that is what I'm understanding. I have not gone through them, so I see every small situation also I get terrified. But I realize theoretically, at least, that yes, if I had gone through such upvasa, such Mauna such various practices of walking, doing pradakshanam to the temple every day, various physical, mental, physiological practices, I think challenges in life don't seem challenges anymore for such people. They will easily take them up. And that's how we see all our acharyas, gurus, because for them there is no challenge. Even in worst cases of our Jayendra Saraswati ji, etc., who were put to such worst pain by Rakshasa rulers of the government, they never were vichalita. They were never deterred. They stayed tough. They stayed firm on the path. So it is proven even today. So niyamair vividhairaptam tapohi mahadastime. So tats balam samshritya. Based on that strength that I have acquired, based on that power that I have obtained, Tvam, O Suchivrate, O cleanly one, I have seen you. You are so clean and beautiful. Even though you have come through the forest, I thought your dresses will be, dirty, not washed and all. But I see you, very ironed sari, nice sari that you wore, beautifully decorated. You've still put kumkum, not become modern. All of this well traditionally decorated one. Shuchivrate, vrata. She's not saying shuche. Shuchivrata. You seem to be very conscious about appearing beautiful, appearing traditionally beautiful, not modern Western beautiful, traditionally beautiful. And so, Tvam Chandaye, I would like to please you. I would like to give you some gift. So, I'm so delighted that I want to treat you with some gift. And so she is going to ask now. Upapannam manognyanja
उपपन्नं मनोज्ञं च
vachanam tava maithili
वचनं तव मैथिली
प्रीता चास्म्युचितं किं ते
पिता चास्मिचितं कीमते
करवाणि ब्रवीहि मे.
करवाणि ब्रवीह मे.
In fact, talking of this kumkum thing, yesterday I couldn't, for whatever reason, yesterday in my office calls, I couldn't put my kumkum yesterday. So Sri Sharma, who is my client's VP there, so this is the second time he asked me, Boga, I can't see your face without kumkum. And then I thought, hey, if a man can't see a man without kumkum, having seen him for so long with kumkum daily, even in client meetings and all, what about women? How can I see a woman without kumkum? So I wish all of our women also put kumkum, so beautiful. In fact, I tell this especially to our karyakartas in our Guru Vandana Utsav that we do in the coming weeks everywhere. When these white American teachers are also invited and we put kumkum to them, tilakam, and the shawl and all of these, and harati, we do pada namaskar, etc. When I see all those teachers in kumkum, they really look like Mahalakshmis. Are, and just like Vivekananda said, hey, let's target Americans first. If they change, everybody else might change. Similarly, if I can somehow make all white women, American women put kumkum, then probably all our Indian girls also will start putting kumkum, I think, as a fashion at least. Sorry for going aboard if anybody doesn't like that, but that's my wish. I like it. I like to see, because it shows beauty there. In fact, this is the beauty spot, I think, not any
Actually,
other spot.
Bogaji, we had the same observation. Me and Deepthi were talking last few years when we put the tilakam to the teachers. They look really so beautiful, actually.
They look so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without that, they lose that beauty by not keeping it. Yeah. So, no, sorry, let's get back to this. So, Anasuya is saying, Upapannam manognyam cha tava vachanam Maithili. Hey, Maithili, your tava vachanam, your speech that you gave, all the knowledge that you expressed, manognyam, it is very enlightening to the mind, to the heart. Upapannam, the enlightenment that it brought to my heart, and it also shows your enlightened mind. Prita chasmi, I am very pleased. Uchitam kim te karavani, what can I do that is appropriate? Uchitam means what is appropriate? What appropriate can I do for you? Bravihi me, please tell me what can I do for you? I want to treat you. Chandaye, I'm asking you. So tell me what can I do for you? Bravihi me, please tell me what can I do for you? Tasyastadvachanam shrutva
तस्या तत् वचनं श्रुत्वा
vismita mandavismaya
विस्मिता मन्दविस्मया
kritam ityabravit sita
कृतमिति अब्रवीत् सीता
tapo
तपोबलसमन्विताम्.
So kritam, that's all Sita said. Done. You don't have to do anything more for me, Anasuyaji. Done. You whatever you blessings you gave me, you did agranam of my Sherasi Murdhni. I'm done. Kritam, that is done. Tasyaha tad vachanam shrutva. By listening to Anasuya's request, Vismita, Avismita is Tad Aishwarya Vishayaka Vismaya Rahita. Not excited by Vismayam, Vismaya Rahita. Aishwarya Vishayaka Vismaya Rahita is Avismita. Means even though she offered to give some gift, even without it, it didn't matter to her, to Sita. And so Avismita. Manda Vismaya, however, she gave a small Manda Vismaya, gave a small smile, half smile kind of a thing. That's okay, ma'am, like that. Manda Vismaya, Kritam Ityabravit Sita. I'm done. That's okay. I'm good. I'm good. Kritam, see, I'm good. One word answer. Hey, what can I do for you? I'm good. So, these guys say. So, Kritam Ityabravit Sita Tapobala Samanvitam. She said this to that Anasuyaji, who is Tapobala Samanvita, full of the strength that she has acquired, obtained by her tapas of practices. Satveva mukta dharmajna
सा त्वेव मुक्ता धर्मज्ञा
taya pritatara bhavat.
तया भीत तया
Pritatara bhavat.
प्रीततरा भवत्
Saphalam cha praharsham te
सफलं च प्रहर्षं ते
hanta site karomyaham.
हन्त सीते करोम्यहम्.
See, normally hanta is used in a aghast, alas kind of an expression. But here she used hanta. Oh no. She thought Sita will ask something. But since Sita didn't ask anything, Anasuya is saying hanta. Oh no. Site Saphalam cha praharsham cha karomyaham. I shall do something that shall give you saphalam, fruitful, praharsham, delightful. I shall do something that will be fruitful and delightful for you because taya dharmajna eva mukta pritatara abhavat. By Sita's simplicity in not asking for anything, Anasuya became more delighted. Prita tara. Tara is relative degree. Prita tara abhavat. Prita tara, pritatama. Pleased, more pleased, most pleased. So Pritatara Abhavat, she was more pleased by Sita's simpleness and humility and humbleness. And so she said, hey, I need to do something. I need to give you something so that you will be more delighted and more fruitful. And I will also be happy by doing that. Praharsham, it's a nice Lobharahitya Suchitaha Swanishta Swataha Siddha Nitya Pramodam. So much long commentary is given for Praharsham. Lobharahitya, because Sita didn't have anything to ask for her own self-interest. So lobharahitya suchita, because through her Sita saying Kritam, by notifying, by that she has notified or expressed no greed or no expectation. So by that swanishtha swatah siddha nitya pramodam. So because of the Anasuya's swanishtha, because of her self practices, she could immediately acknowledge Sita's simplicity, and through that nitya pramodam, siddha nitya pramodam. Anasuya is always anyway in her best happy moods, always in nitya pramodam. In spite of that, by looking at Sita's non-expecting behavior, Anasuya was more pleased. Idam divyam varam malyam.
Idam divyam varam malyam
Vastrabharanani cha.
vastramabharanani cha
Vastramabharanani cha.
vastramabharanani cha
Angaragam cha vaidehi.
angaragam cha vaidehi
Maharham chanulepanam.
maharham chanulepanam
Maya dattam idam site.
maya dattam idam site
Tava gatrani shobhayet.
tava gatrani shobhayet
Anurupa sanklishtam.
anurupa sanklishtam
Nityameva bhavishyati.
nityameva bhavishyati.
So finally, Anasuya thought, I should give you something, I should give Sita something. And so she finally brought something, and she is offering those gifts, goodie bag to Sita, saying, Idam divyam varam malyam vastram abharanani cha angaragancha. So she gave 4 different items. First she said, malyam. Malyam is garland, mala. Divyam varam malyam, divyam divine, varam best, idam this. This is the best divine garland that I am giving you, Sita. And I am also giving you the divine best vastram. This sari that I am giving you, this dress, it's a divine one. Why? What does divine mean? It will never get dirty. It will never be, sweaty or whatever. It will always look beautiful and fresh. So vastram, divyam vastram. Similarly, this garland that I'm giving you, it will always be fresh. It will never become morose. And varam, malyam, vastram, abharanani. I'm also giving you these necklaces and all. These will shine on no matter what. You don't have to go to the Tanishq jewelers or whatever other Joy Lucas and keep getting it shined always. No, it'll shine forever. It'll never become old or used. So divyam varam malyam vastram abharanani cha angaragam cha vaidehi. This angaraga that I am giving, angaragam is ragam is showing more beauty, angam for the body parts. So it's a makeup foundation kind of a thing. Modern words, unfortunately. This makeup foundation you have to clean again. When you come back, you again have to wipe, face cleaning, all of that wipes you have to use. But for angaragam, you don't have to use that. It will nicely stay beautiful. It doesn't come in the way of touch, etc. It doesn't get smeared. If you have, you don't need all that special care. Angaragam cha vaidehi maharham cha anulepanam. Lepanam is applying powder. So anulepanam, this angaragam that if you apply this makeup foundation, by this what happens? Maya dattam idam site. This given by me, all this given by me, O Sita. Tava gatrani shobhayet. In fact, these will, it's both ways you can say, and these will beautify you further, and they also get beauty if you wear them. Either ways you can say. Tava gatrani shobhayet anurupam asanklishtam. It will make you more beautiful. Anurupam asanklishtam. These are not going to be, because nowadays our girls also, our women also don't even want to wear necklaces, chains and all, as thin as if it will break, or no necklaces. Uh, uh, anyway, no, not many negative comments. Okay, so, but why? Because they say, oh, it will hurt the neck, it will hurt the wrist, it will hurt the ankle, all of these. But and so Sita Prabhu Anasuya ji knew, oh, Sita might say it. So before Sita says it, and Sita will not, but just as a, what is it called, preempting the possibility, Anasuya is saying asanklishtam. It won't be tough on your body. It won't hurt anywhere. Nice garland. These are nice ornaments. Wear them on your earrings. It won't hurt. It is not heavy. You don't have to feel. You don't have to remove it every night or whatever. Right. So all these ornaments are asanklishtam. They are not difficult for you. They are not obtrusive, or they are not hindering your comforts. Asanklishtam nityameva bhavishyati. Forever. You don't have to keep softening them or beautifying them or polishing them. Not required. They will be forever without polish. Like stainless, stainless steel, dirty thing. Similarly, non-polished ornaments. Don't have to wash clothes. Never have to throw away garland, and infinite amount of the foundation cream. All of this I am giving you, Sita. Enjoy these. By this you will look more beautiful. And for who should this beauty be? Sometimes I sarcastically comment, yeah, you guys put all this makeup and all for outside. Once you come home, you remove all that. If for husband there is no beauty required, meaning for husband need not see the beauty. Only office people have to see the beauty. That's a sarcastic joke, but Anasuya is preempting that. She is saying, Angaragena divyena
Angaragena divya
divyena
divyena
liptangi janakatmaje
liptangi janatatmaje
shobhayishyasi bhartaram
shobhayisyasi bhartaram
yatha shrir vishnumavayam.
yata shrir vishnumabhyayam.
Just as Lakshmi, Shrihi, Avyayam Vishnum Bhartaram Shobhayati. Just as Lakshmi, with all her beauty, with all her richness, with all her ornamentation, pleases and beautifies her husband by standing next to Vishnu. In fact, Vishnu gets a lot more beauty with Lakshmi standing next to him. Similarly, Bhartaram shobhayishyasi janakatmaje. You also, with all this makeup and all, by standing next to Rama, you add more beauty to Rama. And you will show this beauty to Rama. In fact, if you see about this beauty, the same thing, I mean, sarcasm apart, the story of Satya or Harishchandra and what's his Harishchandra's wife's name? Leelavati, no? Chandramati. Harishchandra and Chandramati. Chandramati's Mangalyam is so, what do you say, so divine that it is visible only to Harishchandra. And so, when finally he is working in the funeral yards and he says, hey, you have to pay a fee without which I cannot, cremate your son or anybody here. I go by principle, no mercy. Whatever is the law, I follow that. And she says, what do I have? I don't have anything to offer. I lost everything. I lost my husband. I lost my wealth. I have nothing. Then he looks and says, no, but I see your Mangalyam there. Offer that. Then she says, how can you see it? Only my husband can, it is visible only to my husband. And then, of course, they come to know, and Shiva and Parvati, they appear and all of that. But the point is, Mangalyam, Saundaryam, all of this, Shobhanam is for husband, is for the spouse. So similarly, our examples are these, Chandramati, Harishchandra, Lakshmi, Vishnu, Shiva, Parvati, all of these, right? There is a beautiful poem on Telugu Padyam, of course, from Telugu Bhagavatam, Andhra Bhagavatam. Mangalasutram munenta madinam minado, says of Gauri. When Shiva, when first in the Ksherasagara Mathanam, first thing that comes out is the Garalam, the Visham, Halahalam. And that Halahalam, who will take? All other items, each one was claiming one. When Hayashva came, Indra claimed it. When Amrutam came, of course, Amrutam came much later. All Rakshasas first took away and all. Each thing was coming, each god was claiming it. Oh, I'll take this, I'll take this. But when this Visham came, nobody claimed it. What to do? What to do? And this is spreading. Finally, as we know this story, right? All of them run to Shiva and ask him, Shiva, you only can help us. You are the only one who don't care any difficulties, any toughness. Can you do something? Can you help with us? And he looked at Parvati. What shall I do? And that when she approves that, all right, my dear, I know your capability. Take it. I know. If it was any other woman, any other wife, she would say, no. Why do you want to take the difficulty, man? Why do you worry about others? Let them go to hell. Let us enjoy our life, our relationship. Let me have you happy so that I can be happy. This is a normal woman's expression. But Parvati approves, saying, and so she says, Mangalam, I forgot the beginning of the Mangalam. And so it says, because it is Mangalam for the worlds, Mangala Sutram Monenta Madhyam, Mringumaniye Mangala, Sarva Mangala. She said, okay, yeah, gulp. That Mringu means gulp. Sarva Mangala is the adjective given to Parvati. Because she is so beautiful in her decoration, always looking, like a happy woman, well decorated, well ornamented. So Sarvamangala, Mringumaniya Sarvamangala, Mangala Sutram Munanta Madinam Milado. How much would she have believed in her Mangala Sutra that she said, all right, my dear, please gulp it. Because she had so much confidence in her Mangala Sutra that nothing will happen to Shiva. Because he is doing it for the welfare of the world, that nothing will happen to my husband. He will be fine because I'm carrying this Mangala Sutra. Right? So that's how our women used to believe in Mangala Sutra. Every day morning, they will touch this so that their husbands will live better. Husbands will be happy. So similarly, where did I get this far? Somewhere I got lost. Mangalam. Janakatmaje. Shobhayashyasi Bhartaram. So similarly, you will add beauty to Rama, to your husband. Bhartaram Shobhayashyasi Janakatmaje. Angaragena Liptangi. Once you apply this Angaraga on your body, Divyena, this divine Angaragam, once you apply that, Bhartaram Shobhayashyasi. You will beautify your husband, which means your glow will shine on your husband, and the dark Rama will also start looking a little brighter now with your makeup, is how we can take it in a lighter way. Savastram Angaragancha
Savastram Angaragancha
Bhushanani Srajastada
Bhushanani Srajastatha
Maithili Pratijagraha Pritidana Manuttamam
Pritidanam Anuttamam.
So Sa Maithili Vastram Angaragam Bhushanani Srajascha Tatha Pratijagraha. She received, she accepted, she received all those 4 items of Vastram, Angaragam, Bhushanani, Sraja. Sraja is garland. Hiranya Varnam. So, what is it? Sri Suktam, first line. Suvarna Rajata Sraja. So that Lakshmi Devi is with Sraja, Srak. Srak is garland. Sraja with the
Srak.
garland. Suvarna Rajata Sraja.
हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं
Grisu. Ram.
सुवर्णवर्णचतुस्रजाम्
Suvarna Rajatastrajam.
Correct. Suvarna
Indramaham.
Rajata Sraja.
Vato Vedo Maavaha.
Ma avaha. So Suvarna Rajata, both gold and silver Sraja, with gold and silver garland, necklaces and those laces. Suvarna Rajata Sraja. Similarly, this Srajas that she gave, Srajaha, Bhushanani, Angaragam, Vastram, Sa Maithili, Pratijagraha. Why did she receive it? Because Preeti Danam Anuttamam. Because she gave it with all her love. Preeti Danam. It was not a Danam for the sake of a mechanical, artificial, formality. No. Because Anasuya gave with all her delightful love for Sita, she has gladly accepted it. Pratijagraha. She received it in return. Pratigruhya chatat Sita.
प्रतिगृह्य च
Sita
तत्सीता
Preetidanam Yashaswini.
Pritidanam Yashaswini
Slishtanjaliputa tatra
Shishtanjali Puta Tatra
Samupasta tapodhanam.
Samupasta Tatodhanam
Tapodhanam.
Tapodhanam.
So tat Preetidanam Yashaswini Sita Pratigrihya cha, that glorious famous Sita, by receiving that Preetidanam, that delightful gifts. Slishtanjali Puta, Slishta Anjali Puta, with Namaskaram, with all her Slishta in a servitude mode. Tatra Tapodhanam Samupasta, that Tapodhana lady, that lady whose wealth is her tapas, such Anasuya, unto her she has offered her namaskarams in servitude. Samupasta means samupasanam krita, upasanam krita, that means she has worshipped her back by touching her feet, doing a pada namaskara, saštanga namaskara, all of those gestures of respect. Tatha Sitam Upasinam
Sita Upasina
Anasuya Dridhavrata
Anasuya Drudavrata
Vachanam Prashtumarebhe
Vachanam Prishtamarebe
Kanchit Priyakathamanu
Kanchit Priyakata Manu
Katham Anu.
Kathamanu.
So Tatha Sitam Upasinam. Then, having received all of those, after doing the Pada Namaskaram, etc., Sita then sat there. Tatha Upasinam Sitam Dridhavrata Anasuya, who is Dridhavrata, very strong, determined lady. If she takes up anything, she is very determined. Such ladies are called Dridhavrata. And men are called Dridhavrataha, like Rama is a Dridhavrataha. Kanchit Katham Anuvachanam Prashtumarebhe. She started to ask Sita to tell some stories of her life. Sita, tell some stories. How was your childhood? Where are you from? Like that, right? We ask, right? Any young lady comes to our home, we ask them all these questions. So similarly, Anasuya also asked to tell about yourself. Tell me about yourself is essentially how she has asked. And so she was pointing a specific period so that Sita can narrate about that. Swayamvare kila prapta
Swayamvare kila prapta
tvam anena yashasvina
tvam anena yashasvina
राघवेणेति मे सीते
राघवेण इति मे सीते
कथा श्रुतमुपागता
कथा
कथा श्रुतिमुपागता
श्रुतिमुपागता
तां कथां श्रोतुमिच्छामि
तां कथां श्रोतुमिच्छामि
विस्तरेण च मैथिली
विस्तरेण च मैथिली
यथानुभूतं कार्त्स्येन
यथा अनुभूतं
कार्त्स्नेन
स्नेन
तन्मे त्वं वक्तुमर्हसि.
तन्मे त्वं वक्तुमर्हसि.
So, me shrutim upagata. I happened to hear, in my hearing, it came up. That means I happened to hear that Swayamvare kila tvam anena yashasvina raghavena prapta iti. I happened to hear that you obtained, you were obtained by this great famous noble Rama in Swayamvara. Isn't it true? That's what I heard. Tam katham shrotum ichchami vistarena cha Maithili. Oh Maithili, I want to listen that story of your Swayamvara, how Rama obtained you in detail. Vistarena cha shrotum ichchami. Yathanubhutam kartsnena kritsna. Kritsna vita dhavate satvanam pataye namaha. We say kritsna. Kritsna means in entirety, whole length is called Kritsna. So for Rudra, for Shiva, in the Namakam we say Kritsna Vitaya. Kritsna Vita. We all wear Upavitam. Our Upavitam is what? Vitam is thread or belt or a band. Upavitam is a small Vitam around our, from left side to our waist length. Our Vitam is only this much length. His Upavitam is Kritsna Vitam. Imagine an Upavita for the entire universe. And that's how, because his linga, his form is also apatala nabhastalanta. All the way from patala to nabha, to swarga, to the lowest level, to the bottommost level, to the highest topmost level. Apatala nabhastalanta bhuvanam brahmandam avisphurat. He is glowing, he is shining, he is illuminating the whole Brahmanda, the whole universe, all the way from its one end of the bottom to the other end of the top. That means in entirety. Unto such universe, he has Vitam, Kritsna Vitam, his Upavitam. And so if that is his, what do you call, his spaciousness, then his Upavitam will be how long? So Kritsna Vitam, if he is Kritsna Vitaha. So Kritsna Vitaya Namaha, we say. So Karts, that in an entire is Kritsnam, entirety is Kartsnam. Kartsniena. I want to know it in entirety. Tell me that story in entirety. That means in every detail. Yatha anubhutam, as you have experienced it. I want to hear as you experienced it. Kartsniena anubhutam yatha tat me tvam vaktum arhasi. You can tell me in entirety as you experienced every feeling, every delight, every anxiety that you had, all of that I want to know in detail. Eva mukta tu sa Sita
एवमुक्ता तु सा सीता
tam tato dharmacharinim
तां ततो धर्मचारिणीं
shruyatam iti chotvat vai
श्रूयताम् इति चोत्वात् वै
kathayama satam katham.
कथयामास तां कथाम्.
So Eva Mukta, thus requested by Anasuya, Dharmacharini, unto her, Shruyatam, okay, you may listen, I'll tell you now. Kathayama satam katham. Sita then started narrating that story. We have read it in Balakanda. She briefly tries to narrate that whole story. Specifically, again, we should remember that this is not a Swayamvara like what is narrated, of course, by devotion by other poets in other Ramayanas. Very clearly, it's a Vedic marriage, arranged marriage. It so happens that Vishwamitra takes him. So it is arranged by Vishwamitra in a way, right? Vishwamitra takes Rama there and says, hey, you have been having several people test your bow, right, Janaka? Here he is, this young fellow. He wants to try it out. Can you show him? He's fond of, archery. And so, can you show your that Sivadhanas? He just wants to look at it. And that's how he brings that situation, right? And so, and in a way, Vishwamitra arranged it. But not only that, once Rama broke it, he tried to lift it, and Sajjam, when he was trying to tie the string and it breaks, Janaka ran immediately. Wow, here is my lad. Yes, I am going to offer. And he comes to offer it. Immediately he says, go talk to my father. That is the dharma that we want to show of Ramayana, of marriage in Valmiki Ramayana. And so we should study Valmiki Ramayana and not, I'm not saying don't study other Ramayanams, but follow Valmiki Ramayana, enjoy other Ramayanams. That is a better way to say. Follow Valmiki Ramayana, enjoy other Ramayanams, other Ramakathas. They're not Ramayana. Ramayana, if we say, is Valmiki Ramayana. So she starts narrating it. Mithiladhipatir Viro. Oh, it's 8:30. We'll just start and then stop here. Next session, we can take up the whole story that she narrates. But we will start it so that we are stopping it in a good end. Mithiladhipatir Viro.
मिथिलाधिपतिर्वीरो
Janako Nama Dharmavit.
जनको नाम धर्मवित्
Kshatradharme Hyabhirato.
क्षत्रधर्मे अभिरतो
Abhirato.
अभिरथो
Nyayata Shasti Medinim.
न्यायात् शास्ति मेदिनीम्
Nyayatah Shasti Medinim.
न्यायतः शास्ति मेदिनीम्.
So, Midhiladipatihi Janako Nama Viraha Dharmavit. A Dharmavit, a Dharma Avir, warrior, a strong person, leader by name Janaka, was the lord of Mithila region, of Mithila Desha. Kshatradharmehi Abhirataha. He was very, very devoted to the Kshatra Dharma, to the Dharma of protecting the society. Nyayataha, by law, by constitution. Medinim Shasti, he was ruling his land with very lawfully, by rule, by law and policy. And then she narrates further, and we will continue, take up from 28th shloka, next one. Can anyone say the Shanti Mantra?
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.